not sure about my story. I think my work in progress may have to be redone, restarted. Yeah. Scary thought. Hey y'all! So it's been a while since I made a video, and there's a few reasons for that. Well, first, you all know that I went on vacation for a week in January, which was fantastic. I wasn't able to take a lot of video footage because Disney has a lot of strict rules about what you can bring into the parks, and I was not able to bring my little tripod. So I wasn't able to take a lot of video, but I did take a couple of clips for Instagram that I will include. Get it? Yep. Sure. I see him.
Hey, howdy.
Another reason that I haven't posted a video in a while is because, well, I'm not sure about my story. I think my work in progress may have to be redone, restarted. Yeah. Scary thought. So before I left for vacation, if you don't follow me on Instagram, you wouldn't know that before I left for vacation, I hit 20,000 words, which was great. That's where I wanted to be before I left for vacation. But now that I'm back and I want to work on it, I'm stuck. I had made like a little tiny outline, like not a full-blown outline, just kind of like some notes. So I know where I want the story to go, but my thing is I'm not sure it's where the story should go. So one of my biggest weaknesses as a writer, and we all have them, every writer has weaknesses, so Don't think that you can be perfect as a writer. You can't. There's no such thing as perfection. But one of my biggest weaknesses is I tend to make things, especially my first drafts, I tend to make things a little complicated. Like, I can't just make a simple, sweet story. I always have to, for some reason my brain says I always have to add in all of this craziness, which, I mean, yeah, you want some conflict in things, because otherwise the story is kind of boring if it's just a flat out romance. But I just go way crazier than I need to with this conflict and the dramatic side of things. And I think that that creates a problem, and that's why I'm stuck now. So I think I have to kind of reevaluate the general idea of the story. Like, I still love the plot. The plot is great. I still love the young adult Jekyll Hyde kind of plot. My problem is coming in when we get in more into the life of the main character, and like her family dynamic and stuff. I think I just went a little too far with what happened to her mother and what I want to happen to her father and her future. Like, I wasn't focusing. It's a young adult book, and while colleges affect young adults, it should probably be more about their current life rather than, you know, it should be more like 70 current and 30 future rather than 30 current 70 future, which is kind of where my draft is now. And I'm not sure exactly how to go about restarting this whole thing. I've never been one to like restarting things. I usually give up if I have to completely restart from the beginning. But I really don't want to give up on this story. Even though I haven't written since I got back from vacation like 2 weeks ago, I still think I need to let this story sit. I need to just step away from it for a while, and see what comes to me. So the plan now, which that whole spiel was basically to tell you why I haven't made a video in like 2 weeks. But anyway, the plan now is I'm going to outline a new young adult book. Since this is my real first jaunt into young adult, I'm not too surprised that things have not been going well. I mean, I'm beginning in the words and things, and it's been a lot more enjoyable still than when I used to write adult. But I just went too far. So I want to focus on working on the first draft of another story. I don't have the story figured out yet, but I do know I'm gonna be a little bit more simpler with it. So I'm gonna focus on, especially in the first draft, I'm gonna just kind of focus on the romance and the trope. And this time I'm gonna use a well-established trope. So let me know in the comments which trope you'd like to see. Friends to lovers, enemy to lovers, star-crossed lovers, opposites attract. I am not doing a love triangle. I will refuse to do a love triangle. So, at least in the traditional sense. Isolation trope. I don't know exactly what I would do for an isolation young adult trope, but I'd probably come up with something. Fake dating. Kind of have a sort of idea of a fake dating, so I could do that. But let me know in the comments which one you'd prefer to see. Even if there's a trope I haven't mentioned, go ahead and vote for it. You never know. So that's basically where I am. It's just time to step away from the what I was calling Project Two Sides for the moment. The first draft was supposed to be done in April, but that's obviously not going to happen unless I get some sort of amazing spark of an idea. But I just have to go back. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I think that is hindering me more than helping me. And I think I just have to go back to the simple. The things that I've done that in my mind at one point before my writing slump for those 3 years were good things, were not good things, like the complicated stories. They're not necessarily bad things. They're just, for me, they're not good because they're what is stopping me from finishing a draft. I have to go back in some way and keep it simple, at least for the first draft. I can always add things later, but I have to keep it simple and then just enjoy the story rather than thinking about the market value, I guess, of the story. there's a lot of emotions and things going on right now, and that's basically why I haven't vlogged, because I haven't written. And there's not been anything to talk about. But I'm getting back into it, and I hope you guys are looking forward to the videos. For the month of February, I'm planning 3 other videos on YouTube, and then 2 exclusive videos on my Patreon, which is linked below if you'd like to support me. Patreon includes podcast, YouTube, and all my author stuff, so you get a little of each thing in each tier. I have revamped it since the last time, so if you've ever looked at it, it's different now. So give it another look, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Next week's video is going to be writing like author Dorinda Jones, and I'm looking forward to it so much. I put a vote out on my pages, and it was a 3-way tie between Dorinda Jones, Ernest Hemingway, and Jane Austen. So Dorinda Jones is coming first, and then I believe what I'm going to do is Ernest Hemingway second, and then one of my exclusive videos for Patreon is going to be the Write Like Jane Austen, only because it's going to be quite a longer video, because Jane Austen had such an intensive routine. So there's a little hint for you. So if you'd like to see that video, head on over to Patreon and sign up. The 2 exclusive videos for the month on Patreon are on the highest tier, which is only $10 a month, and that is called the Roses in Bloom tier. So I'd love to have you over there, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!